Alright, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're acting more scary stories. But, Preston, if you're watching this, I promised you I'd read your letter in the next video. So yeah, 1 second. Alright, Preston, you're gonna be happy? Okay. Hello, stranger. You look like Thanos' big toe. You look like Thanos' big toe. Also, I don't like your videos. They're clickbait. Your gameplay reminds me of Ali A. Orange Justice. Bots play better than you. Want to bet on that? JK, your videos are cool, and you better put me in your vid. Preston. It's right here. Thanos times 10. Car to your house. Have a nice day, Yeezy Chin. Yeezy Chin. Well, hello there, mate. From Thanos, aka Preston. Alright. That's the weirdest letter I've ever received. Alright, so this one is called Disturbing True Snapchat Stories Animated. So, let's just see.
This happened a week ago. Up until a few days ago, I went to a small, local gym in my now previous New Jersey town called Black Bear Fitness. One day, I had the misfortune of running into some skinny, awkward, yet creepy looking—
Look at this guy. Look at this guy's face. My man's just wearing the Jesus Sandal 11s too.
kid, probably 18 years old. He didn't look like he belonged in a gym at all. I had headphones in and I was doing my
Yeah, bro, he's a skinny white boy.
set when I heard him saying something to me, but it was muffled by the music. I was already annoyed with this kid, given that he was breaking an unwritten rule of the gym. Don't try to talk to somebody when they're doing their sets. I took my time finishing my set, and then took my headphones out to ask if he needed something. Then he started acting like I looked familiar, but right away I knew this kid was just trying some pathetic attempt at making friends. I assured him I didn't, but the kid wouldn't stop talking to me.
If I'm this dude, the guy doing the reps, I'm making friends with him because I'm nice like that. Like, I'll make friends with you. I don't care what you look like. Like, your looks don't matter.
I'll skip most of the conversation, but eventually he actually asked me for my Instagram and Snapchat, weirdly enough, and
Heck no.
for whatever reason I gave them to him. Instead of just saying something like, "Buddy, I'm trying to work out," or "I don't have social
What? You're just gonna give him your... Are you dumb?
media." After I gave him my Snapchat and Instagram, however, I did kind of urge him to let me resume my workout. He finally seemed to get the message and walked away. Not without saying bye
Good boy.
like 3 times though.
What a weirdo.
That night I got a snap on my phone saying "from Sean." I immediately sighed and said, "Oh no." Just wondering why the hell the kid would snap me. I opened the snap.
Ew! Ew, look at my man's face. Oh, my man's gay.
And the kid was in a creepy, weird pose, face way too close to the camera,
He's gay.
head resting in his hand, and a half smile on his face. The text over the picture was "Hey" with 2 Y's.
Hey.
I muttered the words, "What the f—" For the record, I'm a guy, which made this even more weird.
Yes. Yes, he's my man's is gay.
My thought process was,
Listen, if you're watching this video and you're gay, I have no problem with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with being gay, alright? If I ever have a kid and he's gay, I'm accepting him for who he is, alright? Nobody put gay people down, okay? Like, we shouldn't have to have a gay pride month. Like, that's not fair. I'm not saying that people, like, gay people shouldn't have gay pride month. Like, it's not fair that we should treat them differently. Not like normal human beings. Alright, I just want everybody to remember that. There's nothing wrong with being gay, okay?
had enough of this loser already. I'm gonna remove him and make it clear I don't want to talk if I see him at the gym again. And so I did. I removed him minutes after he sent that snap.
What is he watching? What the heck?
I'm sure not even a minute later, again, a message popped up on my phone saying Snapchat from Sean. I waited a few minutes before opening it. This one was even creepier. Now the kid was sitting up on his bed, no smile, more of a surprised, angry expression. The text over the image said, "Why did you remove me?" Now I went as far as to block him.
I don't know, maybe because you're going like, hey, like no.
Meaning he couldn't snap me anymore. And that was that. I threw my phone on the desk and sighed out of relief. Half an hour later, my phone goes off, saying Sean added you as a friend, and then Snapchat from Sean.
What do you mean?
He actually made a new account. I opened the snap and felt my heart drop. It was a picture of my front lawn. The text
Oh my God.
over it, "Answer me." The first thing I could think of was, how did he find my address? Then I realized, Snapchat made that new map feature that lets you see where your friends are. Somehow,
I completely forgot about that.
I had the balls to open the window to see outside. It was clear out there. I shut the window and the blinds and
Yeah, right.
started considering calling 911. It was the
If you open the blinds, you actually have big balls.
sound of taps on the window. I took a deep breath, and with one swift motion, I pulled up the blind and the window at the same time.
Oh, World Star! World Star!
I punched him in the face a few times before he was out cold. Now I called 911. By the time they arrived, he was awake, cursing me out, promising he'd be back and kill me. The cops heard it all. I didn't even have to make a
Bro, I'm moving out of there. If this guy said he's coming back to kill me, I'm out of there, man.
case. The kid was an idiot. Luckily, the timing of this worked out well because I just moved a couple days ago out of state. Only thing that worries me, I don't want to have to make a new Snapchat account, but anytime somebody new adds me on the app, I'll never know if it's secretly that Sean kid again.
Man, that was creepy. Alright, next animation. Alright guys, this one is called Hitchhiking Horror Stories Animated. So yeah, we're gonna watch this one now.
Three months after I turned 16 in 2005, I got my first car, a '99 Toyota Camry. On a warm Saturday
Dang, okay.
night, when my friend Alex invited me over to one of his friend's big parties, I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward. So we carpooled with Alex's girlfriend Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go. We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends. The whole ride...
I love how his face just goes like, when he like, what do you call it? When he says, not exactly friends.
We took the same 2-lane highway type road through the woods, and this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side, and then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again. The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area, but the party was held outside anyways, since his closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue.
Cool, cool.
I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency.
Oh no, don't tell me they're about to hitchhike. Oh no. Well, I mean, what am I expecting? It's hitchhiking stories.
Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home.
Oh no.
Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight.
Dang.
I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go. I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody
Did my man dip on him?
think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me.
Bro, if I'm at a party and my friend's supposed to drive me home and they don't drive me and they just dip from the party, I'm not friends with this kid ever again.
I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave
If you only live 10 minutes away, then why not ask the party host to drive you home?
and realized I shouldn't wake his family up. So, literally not knowing what else to do, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home. I knew this walk
I mean, it's only like, oh, you guys see my cat over there? She's over there. Oh, you guys missed it. Unless you saw it. But yeah, it's only gonna be a couple hours. I mean, it's not that bad of a walk.
would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition. Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy
Don't
inside,
do it, no.
I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb. As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop right next
Really?
to me. The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond comprehension. He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out. And that's what happened.
Wow.
The memories of being in that
Passed
truck
out?
turned to a fog, as I'm sure I passed out. The next thing I remember, I woke up still in the moving truck. The guy looked at me,
My man's just kidnapping you right now.
anything.
Whoa.
I looked around and realized the road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway? As the
Why is he dodging his question like that?
man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question, the sobering reality of the situation hit me.
Yeah, when I'm waking up and I see the car is still moving and it's only supposed to be 10 minutes away, I'm like, nah, bro, this kid's kidnapping me.
You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man responded with a firm no.
He said no.
I felt like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up.
Do it then. Do it. Right on him.
To gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second. The man took his eyes off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction. I turned in his direction as I continued to gag,
Yep.
and he started to kind
Throw
of
up on
lean
him.
away and slow down the
Yeah.
car. Thankfully, I drank as much as I did because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap. The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I
Get
took
out,
it
get
upon
out.
myself
Yeah.
to run for my life into the woods and duck behind a few bushes. The man came following into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions, he shined the
Oh,
light
I
straight
thought
over me without noticing.
I legit thought he just found him.
Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately, he was smart enough to lock it.
Dang. That sucks.
I saw another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street, waving my arms like a lunatic. The car tried to avoid me, but I wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back.
Watch this person kidnap him too.
Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely where I couldn't thank the driver enough. I immediately woke up my parents and told them. My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number, and then I felt like punching myself in the face.
Oh, you played yourself.
Failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him. All I knew was that he drove a faded blue '99 Ford Explorer. I made sure to give Alex a piece of my mind, and part of me always
Yeah, punch him in the face, dude.
held a grudge against him ever since, just for abandoning me at a party without telling me. I haven't seen him in 4 years now, however, and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on, even the worst of memories may start to fade, but after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
Man. Llama Arts? I'm gonna get a round of applause for this, man. Like, I heard it was, what's his name? Mr. Nightmare and Llama Arts together, they're just a god team. Okay, this one is called Fishing Stories Animated. Oh, never mind, it might be called Daryl's Pond.
There used to be a pond about half a mile away from my old house that I would commonly go fishing in. It was nicknamed Daryl's Pond. I still have no idea who Daryl was or why it was called that, but nobody owned it, so people would once in a blue moon go fishing there as well. It was usually me by myself though. I had dug a pole into the ground where I would tie a noose to and from my small kayak. I'd say it was about 3 in the afternoon when I rowed out to the middle of the pond, the sweet spot for getting a decent catch. There was another person coming out from the trees. I waved at him and gave him a smile. He hopped into a small boat floating by the edge of the pond and began to row over to me. As he got close enough where trying to speak to him wouldn't come off as obnoxious, I gave him a friendly, "Perfect day, isn't it?" "Yes, absolutely," he said. He
What a
didn't say anything
weirdo.
after that, and I started to feel a bit awkward, as if I were obligated to keep some kind of conversation rolling now. "So, you come out here to throw some lines?" I asked. "No, I don't actually fish." "Oh, well, it's never a bad day to relax on the pond," I said. He continued to row closer to me until his boat collided with mine, creating a big thud.
Dang! He's getting aggressive now.
I was genuinely uncomfortable now. I didn't feel threatened, just weirded out. I was only 24 years old. This guy looked like he was late 40s or 50s. There was an awkward silence. I tried to just act like I was focused on trying to make a catch, but by now that wasn't even on my mind. This guy was weird. I didn't know what he wanted, and I was uncomfortable being so close to him. I felt him looking at me, or at least in my direction, as I faced halfway to the opposite direction of him. I took a quick glance to my right. Yeah,
Oh my, he's staring at him.
he was staring at me. I decided to be ballsy and lock eye contact with him. After about 4 seconds, he looked away. "So, where are you from?" I asked him. "Up there." He pointed behind himself, in the direction of the woodsy hill leading
He
to
lives in the woods, nice.
the dirt road. "Oh, you live by Suffolk?" I asked. No, I'm not," he said. "What made you decide to come out here?" I said. "Why not?" I continued to try and uncomfortably fill the awkward silences that kept coming up. His responses were dry. He didn't contribute anything to what was barely a conversation. He just sat there not doing anything with half a smile on his face, looking either at me or in my general direction throughout.
Bro, this guy is such a weirdo.
I was creeped out. My heart was racing at this point. I'd go as far as saying that I was nervous for my life. We were surrounded by trees in all directions in the middle
Just
of the
get out of
pond.
there.
I started to row a bit closer to land, but in a very low-key kind of way, trying to play it off as me just trying to find a better spot to find
Yeah,
some fish.
do that.
I was horrified when I saw he was following me.
Oh my,
"What a great day, huh?"
this frickin' schmuck.
I felt a shake in my voice. I got close enough to the edge of the pond where I finally told the man, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I turned to see his reaction. He was still staring at me.
He's
but his
mad.
smile was gone now. I can't let you leave, he said. He lifted his flannel to expose a handgun sticking...
Oh, so you got that, huh? I got this. I got this buckshot, baby. I got this buckshot, baby. Come on. Let's go. See who wins. Let's see who wins the gunfight, huh? Alright. I'm gonna chill now. I'm gonna put the gun down. Ugh! No. Alright. We're chilling. Put it down. Chill.
His jeans pocket. As soon as I could process what I was looking at, I dove out
Hey,
of
he's
the boat
dipping.
for land, ran the whole half-mile uphill through the woods back to my house, unlocked every...
I love how my man's is still going like... He's still going like this, showing his gun. Like, while the man's is running away. Like, if I'm that dude, which I wouldn't be, I'm pulling out that gun and I'm going... shooting that guy.
door and window as soon as I made it home. I pulled down the blinds to the dining room window, leaving it open just a crack for peeking outside undetected. It started to get dark out, and I left every light in the house off, still peeking out to the front
Bro,
yard,
my man's
making
is
sure I wasn't
paranoid. I would
followed.
be too, though.
The time came when I finally decided I wasn't followed. I realize now, like you, that not calling the
It's when you think... I don't even know what's happening. Okay, it's when you think you're not being followed when you're being followed.
police immediately was a huge mistake. I kept my bedroom windows open to let the room air out. My bedroom was on the second floor, so I wasn't worried about being
Watch him climb up that window.
watched through the window. About half an hour after shutting the light and falling under the covers, I heard the sound of leaves crunching from outside. I sat up to hear it more clearly. It was definitely something walking around out there. Normally I would assume it was a deer or a bear, but after what just happened, I was still in paranoia mode. I sat up as still as a statue, except for my shaking out of fear, waiting as the sounds of the steps
It's
stopped.
him, I know it.
Hey buddy, you up there? Are you trying to sleep? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pull this buckshot on you and shoot you in the head.
I felt like 100 pounds just fell directly onto my chest. It was the same voice. I knew it right away.
Call the
I didn't make a
cops.
sound. I crept out of the room quietly downstairs to the kitchen and grabbed the phone,
Good,
practically
good.
crawling on my way out to avoid being seen through the open blinds. I called 911 like I should have earlier in the temporary safety of my bedroom. I made sure to whisper into the phone, as I was still hoping that he hadn't yet heard or spotted me. 20 minutes felt like an hour as I sat behind my bed, waiting for the police to arrive in constant fear that I would hear glass breaking from downstairs, or a thud on the back door, or even just a voice again from down below my window outside. The police did a thorough investigation of the property in nearby woods, turning up nothing.
Dang.
suggested I stay with...
That sucks. I don't know why this thing keeps going to full screen. That sucks though, dude. Man.
friend or a family member for a few days, and so I did.
Yeah. Stay with a
Never
friend or
heard from
family
or
member.
saw the man again, but I still moved a month later. I couldn't
Good.
deal with the constant
Move.
fear and paranoia of being watched through my windows. I feel much more comfortable fishing out by the bay now.
Oh my, did you guys see that? Look.
I feel much more comfortable fishing
Here.
out by the bay now.
I don't know why this thing keeps going to full screen, but look at that. What is that? I don't even know. Alright, well, thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys got spooked. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.